This is now officially a hobby. For those of you who don't know, I'm Gemma. I make useless, over-the-top videos for school projects, I have a garbage microphone, and this is probably not the last video I'll make this year. Also, I made myself a stick figure this time for reasons. Here's my project. I chose the 1980s as my time period because it's in the sweet spot where there was general equality, allowing a diverse juror lineup, and where technology hadn't blown up as much as it had in the present day. With the time period down, let's move on to the jurors. 12 Angry Men consists of 12 somewhat aggravated, maybe male jurors. I'll be briefly describing each one before assigning them a gender and an ethnicity. Then I'll go over any reasons for my choices and/or how this could impact the story. And here's a disclaimer, in case anyone wants to spend the time reading it. Back to the jurors. The first juror will be a Hispanic man. He'll be male because he's a football coach, and we don't see many female football teams unless it's a wacky sports anime or something. The foreman's job is to keep the jury organized, and he prioritizes this organization throughout the play. The second juror will be a Filipino woman. She's a shy bank teller who takes time to ease into the discussion. She was kinda useless. Number 3 will be an Asian man. He's a small business owner and brags about his success. He's got some father-son issues, and he takes them out on the young defendant. He's the last to be convinced of the defendant's innocence. The fourth will be an Indian woman. She's a bespectacled stockbroker, calm, logical, and concrete. 5E is going to be a white male. He works in a hospital and says he grew up in the slums, so he was useful when discussing the switchblade because stereotypes. The sixth is a black man. He's a respectable house painter who's fine getting off work for the case, but also wants to do the right thing. Number 7's a black woman. She doesn't want to miss her ball game for the case and votes based on which side has the edge. Nobody likes her. The 8th juror, who convinces everyone of the defendant's innocence, will be a white female, because movies these days love casting strong female leads, nearly all of which happen to be white. Yay, equality! She's a gentle, level-headed architect. 9 will be an Asian man. The book described him as an old man, so I kept him as one. He has a strong sense of justice and is the first to come to the aid of our strong female lead. The 10th juror is bigoted, offensive, and aggressive towards the people who favor the defendant's innocence. Naturally, he's a white guy. The 11th is a male German watchmaker. I kept his ethnicity because it plays into the whole offensive white guy thing going on. He admires America's justice system and wants to be as fair as possible. Last of all is 12, a white female marketing agent who's too distracted by 80s trends to focus on the case. We'll name her Karen, for no reason whatsoever. With these clarifications, the storyline will still go the same in my opinion. These are almost all respectable, hardworking people. The decorum of a jury room in the 80s would prevent any decisions based on outright racist or sexist opinions. The sensible ones in the room simply wouldn't allow it. However, we can still assume some bumps in the road will appear. The foreman will be slightly less respected due to his Hispanic background, being treated as less intelligent than he is. His ideas could be rejected or undermined by some of the more dominant jurors and will need the aid of others to keep certain people in check. Juror 2 will still be quiet and useless, maybe taking more time to engage or switch her vote because she felt out of place. 3 will be just as hated, 4 just as logical, now being the smart Indian person not racist at all, and 5 just as ready to gut you with a switchblade. Seriously though, gangster white people are seen as scary, and his knife experience may unnerve some people, even if he claimed to be a doctor. His credibility could be called into question. 6 will be relatively the same, 7 will still be shallow, if anything slightly more hated, 8 will struggle to gain footing, getting called out for being female, but the story will resume after 9, still a just old man, takes her side. 10 will continue being a racist white guy, trembling beneath the evil virus of Satan that is diversity. 11 may be the biggest problem to deal with as World War II ended not 50 years ago, and the Cold War just ended, leaving Germany severed from Russia and other historical stuff and whatnot. 12's name is Karen. For grading purposes, here's a list of major differences. The foreman will be undermined, 5 will be doubted and perhaps feared, 8 won't be taken seriously, 10 will go Super Saiyan racist mode, and 11 will be ridiculed. You're welcome. That's all from me. Bye.